living in the golden age for protests. Do you agree with that?
Well, I wouldn't describe it in those terms myself. I think people come into the streets. Most people don't want to be protesting. Most people just want to be able to get on with their lives. And in many respects, mass protests of the order that we are seeing around the world are taking place in conditions of extremist economic dislocation, encroaching inequality, and manifesting in various issues around the world, whether it be human rights, whether it be in Hong Kong with the attempt to pass legislation allowing for extradition of residents of Hong Kong to mainland China, whether it be in France, the Gilets Jaunes Yellow Vest protests, which have been taking place since last November every weekend, and that was the proximate cause of that was the attempt by the Macron government to impose a fuel tax. So there are various symptoms, but underlying them all is economic inequality and the death, I contend, of this neoliberal global free market economic model.
Right. And I take your point there. And you've highlighted one of the essential points that we do want to bring into the conversation later on. What is that common thread that's running through all these protests we see today? And you're pointing towards economic discontent. But what I do want to get towards is these mass demonstrations we're seeing around the world. Are they happening in an unprecedented manner?
Yes, they are. And I think it's because social media plays a big role in allowing people to communicate with one another in a way that they were not able to in past before social media. So they're able to organise these mass demonstrations and get huge numbers out into the streets very quickly in response to events. So I think that is a key issue. Also, the means of communication where people are able to see what's going on around the world, and they're able to relate the experience of what they're seeing in other parts of the world to their own lived experience. So one protest inspires protests in other parts of the world. We saw the phenomenon of the Arab Spring, which inspired the Occupy movement in the US around 2011. So they are feeding